Finally, home sweet home. What? Hello guys, this is Blob World. So today I'm going to show you guys the solution to Blob Escape 3, the Great Pyramid. Pyramid is behind me as you can see. So if you don't want any spoilers or want to try the puzzle out yourself, just check out the links in the YouTube description below to download the map for yourself. And I'd be very curious to know how many deaths you had trying to figure out this puzzle and make it to the top. So if you'd want to let me know, just add it to the comments below. It'd be much appreciated. Alright, so the entrance to the Great Pyramid is simply right in front of where you started. So there's a torch to mark it off. There's a couple swords. You're gonna need these for surprise mob traps later on. But to get inside, you'll come into this first room. There's gonna be a life diminisher right here. So this is gonna bring you down to about 1 heart of health. And the reason for that is to make it so that you just die in one hit to the traps, basically. So I'm not sure if there's a better way to do that without maybe like custom commands, but this is what I used. Alright, so the first corridor has 2 keys that are required, the blaze key and the paper key. And there are 2 doors corresponding to each. So let's first check out the paper key. So in here there's not much you can do. This is just kind of an intro to what you're going to expect throughout the rest of the map, but basically you try to open this door and wait a little bit too long, you get hit by anvils. So the trick here is simply to let the anvils fall. It's only a one-time event, so I guess if you fell for it the first time, you're gonna be safe. So once you're inside, collect your paper keys and hit the levers to open the door on the way out. The next room to check out is gonna be the blaze key room. So in here you'll notice that there's a bit of platforming, so there's these safe areas separated by channels of lava. So you're just going to want to jump across each one. But if you're not careful, you'll trigger the trap and basically fall into the lava. So the trick here is that there is a string trigger that triggers when you try to jump across this gap. So this string will activate 2 pistons under here, which will raise these 2 blocks up, preventing you from making the jump. So the trick here is you want to jump on the right side. So the right side is safe, and you'll notice that this does not move. So this gives you access to the chests. So take your reward and head back. Now that you have both keys, simply just toss them into the corresponding receptacle, and it'll trigger some mechanisms which will open the door. So next you're gonna do the same thing again for 2 more keys, 2 more rooms. So let's first check out the brick key room. So the brick key room is pretty straightforward. It's a narrow ledge walkway, or just a walkway. It's lava underneath. So again, simple chest, not much you can do. And if you're not wary of the puzzle, you try to open the chests, you'll get knocked into the lava. So to avoid this trap, you're gonna not want to be on the walkway. So you can't really reach the chest from here, it's too far. So the only other option is to get on top of the chest. So you could also try to like stand on this little narrow ledge here, but either way, same results. Open the chests. You'll see that these things are the ones that knocked you off the ledge. And now you have the brick key in the end. Next up is the mushroom key room. So coming in here, you'll notice again just a simple chest inside a room. And it looks like a dispenser. So if you want to avoid what comes out of this dispenser, you'll see there's a bunch of arrows in here. Just stand off to the side and you died. Okay, so the trick here is not to move. So stand in front of the dispenser, open the chests, and because this dispenser does not do anything, you'll have avoided the arrows on the sides. So now with mushroom key and brick key, do the same thing, toss them into each corresponding slot, and you'll make it to the next level. Okay, this next level consists of a maze. So you'll see there's a bunch of confusing, similar looking corridors filled with traps. So I encourage you to take a sword here. I've put a bunch of them in here. Just don't grab them all at once, because you'll waste your supply. So let's take a look at this chest first. So if you want to look what's inside, you can't, because pufferfish killed you. So there's really nothing in this chest of interest. It's just kind of a red herring. So with that out of the way, let's look for the proper exit. So coming here, you'll notice there's another chest. Let's open it. There's rotten flesh. Oh, and you got killed by a zombie. Okay, so this is why you need the swords. So there is a zombie dispenser right here. You open this chest from here, you'll see that zombies fall out of the ceiling. And again, this is a dead end. There's nothing interesting in here to get. So with this being the wrong path, you should continue to explore. Okay, so let's take the right path this time. So we're back at the entrance, at the sword chest. Let's go right, take another right, and we'll find another chest. So in here, not much to do here, but let's look at what's inside. And a compass, that's pretty good. I think that'll help you navigate. But wait, your way back is sealed. Well, that basically means you've got one option. Enjoy the hot goodness of magma. Okay, so if you really wanted to, you could sneak that compass through this gate just by tossing it before you jump on the lava, but you don't really need it. So with all the paths explored, there's only one more exit to check that we haven't looked at, and that is through here. So after these confusing turns, you'll come across this room, which has one chest and 3 of these recessed walls. So, only thing to do is open it. Alright, so no trap this time, but once you open it, you'll notice that a new corridor has opened up. And this is indeed the exit to the maze. So coming out of the maze, you'll find yourself in the throne room. So this is kind of one of my favorite parts of this build. It didn't really start looking like this, but in the end, the build just kind of lent itself to look like this. But what we have here is lots of buttons, red carpet, red banners, the throne at the end, more buttons. So let's take a look around. And you died. So in this case, you do not want to step on the red carpet because there is a magma block right under it, which will kill you. So otherwise, your objective here is to find the quartz key. So no other options, your only chance to explore is to check out each of these buttons. If you're a little bit more observant, you may have noticed that there's a strange pattern of these chiseled blocks here. So you'll see that some are on the left side, some are on the right side. Now this isn't really critical to know because you can easily avoid the traps, but basically this marks the location of the deadly arrow trap. So for example, this first one's on the left side. So if we activate the button on the left side, you'll see that arrow pops out. So I'm not going to trigger all of these, but the goal is to find the quartz key. And to find it, it is in this one, I believe. Yes. So with quartz key in hand, we can move on. Dump it in here. One more section of puzzles. So here you'll need the star key and the feather key. So do some basic exploration. We'll take a look at the feather key first. So in here, you'll notice there's just chests and a door. So let's take a look at the door. Ooh. So you're not going to want to open this door because that just activates a trap. So it's a pretty typical arrow trap, which I've used in many places. Oops. See if I can trigger this. Yeah, so basically anywhere you stand, you would have died. But you don't really need to go in here, there's nothing in here for you to find. All you need is the feather key from this chest. So with that in hand, walk back out, and let's explore the star key room. So the star key room is a circular type room with 3 chests inside. So let's take a look around. This is filled with poison potions, which you don't need. More swords for you. And... uh-oh. Yeah, so if you walked on any of these squares here, you'll find that you trigger some drowned. So they're not very threatening in this case, as you can tell. But if you wait a little bit too long, you may find yourself overwhelmed. Alright, so now that it's clear, let's get some of the star keys and run out. So, same thing again. Toss your keys in the proper hoppers and walk through. So the final section of this map will be a water elevator for bringing you into the treasure room. So here you've basically finished the puzzle. So you may collect your prize, which is orb, and some elytra, or elytra, however you pronounce it, and fireworks. So that is it. The exit button is here. I did not troll this lever because I think you've had enough by now. So with orb in hand, you can now get your free 1 large fries at BurgerCraft, which does not exist. So this is probably a great time to end the video with the sun setting and all. But so that's it for the solution to Blob Escape 3: The Great Pyramid. So I'd love to hear from you guys how many deaths it took you guys to get out and find the treasure and escape. So let me know in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this puzzle, want to see more from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. So thank you very much, that is all.